Hello, this is EDS vlog 27 on the 4th of October. Come on Siku, up here, good puppy. So I had a long day at university today. We all showed off our drawings that we'd done last week, and today we were working on God, I'm so tired, I'm struggling. We were working on drawing a place, but like first of all thinking about the sort of message, like the mood of the place, or something like that, and drawing it in a way that captures that, and sort of drawing a few little simple sketches on the scene so that you can then go back and spend time working on the composition and on the drawing and stuff like that. So I haven't really drawn using these exact techniques before, and it's interesting, and I'm glad to learn them, even though usually I just do tend to draw sort of from my imagination or just on instinct or things like that, and I often find that I capture the mood unintentionally, or that it comes to me while I'm drawing, but I'm going to have to look for some more sort of buildings that I can draw that sort of have a certain mood or something like that. During the session I did the library, which felt very cosy and tranquil, so I tried to do an illustration of the library which captures that. Okay, aside from that, I found out that we're going to be going on a sort of small trip to the town centre at my next university session, which means that I have to go through like all this health and safety stuff about my conditions. So the things that I've highlighted as I think being the main problems are, firstly, I tend to get hypothermia very quickly and very easily, and it becomes very severe very quickly, with me sort of shivering uncontrollably, and then my muscles locking up and sort of being frozen solid, losing the ability to move my hands, losing the ability to speak. Luckily that is quite obvious, I think, to an observer, especially when I start slurring my speech, so hopefully people will be able to identify that and address it, but the only way to deal with it is to get me into somewhere really warm, drinking lots of warm sugary tea, and stuff like that. And then the second problem is that I have episodes of hypoglycaemia, which is something to do with my stomach problems, my delayed gastric emptying, but I think it also might be a sort of wider autonomic problem, because even the stomach problems don't explain the extent of the issues that I have. And I do have measurable low blood sugar, you know, it's not just the symptoms, the blood sugar is low, and it's usually in sort of between the 2.5 to 4 range, and the lowest that you should really have is a 4, in UK measurements that is. So that's the second problem. And then the third problem is that anywhere we need to go needs to be wheelchair accessible, and so those are the main issues I've identified with going on a trip, but I'm sure I must be missing something, and I'm sure that when I think about it again tomorrow I'll realise there's a bunch more issues. But I'm going to have to sort of discuss those with somebody at the university and work out a plan of how to deal with them, which is difficult because a lot of them involve me sort of leaving immediately and being wrapped in a heated blanket, or else going to hospital. But I'm going to have to think of sort of more practical solutions than that, I suppose. I found a thermometer and I was thinking of trying to take that with me so I could sort of maybe determine how bad my hypothermia was, but I'm not sure. I mean, it's pretty lame to go around sticking a thermometer in your mouth every 10 minutes, isn't it? Anyway, I'm sure that'll be dealt with. I'm just waiting for the university to get back to me on how they want to deal with it and how they want to create a plan. The other thing is I made this little lanyard holder for my e-cigarette, which I've been trying out today, and I've enjoyed it so far. It's pretty good. Siku. He likes the smell of it, I think. He's trying to eat it. Anyway, yeah, it's been pretty good so far. It's hard for me to sort of make a verdict on how much it's doing for my pain. I think I'll have to try it again on a few other occasions before I can decide that for sure. But it's certainly not doing any harm, and it's fun. Good boy, Siku. You like my strawberry vaporiser, don't you? Okay, so bye bye for now.